Hello, this is Thinking Spiritually 343. Thank you for tuning in. And today, just messing around this morning in the stroller. Yeah. And I'd like to talk a little bit about the pineal gland. Many things have been said about the pineal gland, that it produces DMT, melatonin. Upon death, it produces some DMT, and that I'm not too sure about that. I believe that's just sensationalism to kind of steer people from the reality of the pineal gland. Some things about the pineal gland interesting is that it's in the geometric center of our brains, which is, I think it's pretty cool. Geometry is the language of the universe. It can be spoken by any type of physical being, physical or spiritual being, regardless of your location. And so if something has a geometric backing, there's something to it. You know, it's not just random. And we like to think of things as we've been taught in physical science that this life is just random. Evolution is just random. It's not so. On this channel, I'll be speaking mainly in regards to the science of the spirit. And these facts about the pineal gland, they may help any ardent materialist to bridge the gap between our physical bodies and our spiritual nature. Because the pineal gland, it receives the most blood flow out of any organ in the body, quite possibly besides the heart. But any other organ, more blood flows through the pineal gland relative to its size, mind you. That's liver, anything. And it needs all that blood, it needs all that nutrients to kind of cool it down, to feed it. It's processing a lot of information. This organ is a highly sensory organ. And again, like I said, it's the connection for us to the spiritual world, as they say in anthroposophy, the spiritual world. And to me, that just means the world beyond this physical, energetic world, the world of spirit, the world of energy, plasma, things that pervade the universe. Our pineal gland, it needs all this blood flow because it processes a lot of information. Our pineal gland is 30% of its mass is a type of cell called magnetite. And magnetite does exactly what it sounds like. It attracts energy like a magnet. And so, but why is it doing this? What's the reason? Well, another type of cell that's important in our pineal gland is that it contains rods and cones, just like our eyes. But instead of how our eyes are, the rods and cones in our eyes, they specialize in receiving white light. The ones in our rods and cones rely on the magnetite to draw in this energy. Whatever type of energy that pervades our skulls and brain matter that can get to it. The difference between the rods and cones and the eyes and the pineal gland, there is no difference. It's just their placement. That's it. They work the same way. They refine energy the same way. I like to say that, I like to think of the sun. The sun pulls in energy from the universe, because it's a giant magnet as well. The sun pulls in energy from the universe, pure quanta. And then through a process that refines that energy is released and makes its way to the earth. And part of that energy we call white light that hits our eyes. Our eyes further refine that energy, travels along the back to the back of our skulls, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we call reality. So you can see why yogis or people in India and spiritual science call this world an illusion, Maya. Because it's not all there is. It's just a very small sliver of white light. That's not reality. There's this whole other gamma, this whole other spectrum of energy that's out there. And this is what our pineal glands specialize in. That's their job, is they refine that type of energy. Any type of energy that gets to it. And so again, I don't know anything about melatonin or DMT. I would think not, especially the DMT. Again, I don't know. I haven't really looked into that. But that should be enough to make any materialist kind of scratch his head and say, there might be something to this our spiritual nature, because why would we have that organ, right? And that makes sense why there's so many heavy metals and fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. So the best thing that we can do, as all of us are guilty of that, we can't really help it that we've been inundated with fluoride and whatnot, but decalcify your pineal gland. Watercress, coconuts, coconut water, coconut chips, pineapples, of course, pineapples, pineal gland. But watercress, they definitely help to detoxify your body and relieve it of any heavy metals. Again, this is Thinking Spiritually 343. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give a like, comment, and if you want to hear anything else on this topic, spiritual science, thinking spiritually, subscribe and comment with what you liked and what you would like to hear, if anything you would like to hear in the future. I'm going to be doing future videos on how a person can raise their soul, their spirit, because we are all in need of that, the way that we've been taught and whatnot. It's time to open our eyes. Now open our eyes to the mere corruption and things that are going on and whatnot, because that's easy. But open your eyes to to the spiritual nature inside of you. Open your eyes to the fact that the universe is more than just some mechanical clockwork structure with galaxies going around and planets and whatnot. Soul and spirit pervades the universe. And I don't want to get too much into it, so I'll just leave it right there. Again, this is Thinking Spiritually 343. Thank you for watching.